This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
This is Beaverville. Come on in.
It's Bob here. I got a question.
I woke up yesterday morning with a spring in my step.
Start later, please.
I could never know what the day was.
Fast forward ahead.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang. Yes. Boy, that was good news.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, on a Wednesday. Saucy's back. Big golf bet today everybody's excited about. Let's see. Parrish on his way in. Maybe Carly. Cast of thousands for show. So let's just get her started and see what happens, man. Let's just throw it up there and see what sticks, huh? Here's comedy from Tom Papa on a Wednesday morning. Come here, Papa. Papa. It's Power Trip Morning Show. Come on in. I'm glad you're here.
We've got this cat, a psychotic serial killer cat, who just kills for fun, doesn't eat any of it, just rips it to pieces and drops it off. Here's a bird with no head. Oh, why would you do that? And he looks at me like, why would you ask me this question? I give you a gift and this is how you treat me? It brings in live rats and drops them in the laundry room. Live rat, it goes into the yard, gets rats, drags them in by their neck, like the rat owes us money. This is how we spend our time. I'm good with the magazine. I can get it into the corner, you know? I can pin it. But then the three of us are looking at each other, my wife, the rat, and I. Someone's got to make a move and get it outside. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not doing it. I didn't want these animals. I'm not grabbing a rat trying to bite me. I'm good at faking it, like I'm really trying, you know?
The Beezer.
The finish line is waiting.
He's going to destroy.
Fate is on your side. You hear the distant thunder. There's lightning in your stride.
Welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. It is Wednesday, April 9th of 2025. My name is Corey. That is Chris. That's Paul. He's back from Florida. There's Zachary. And there's Mark Parrish. Hey, look at Saucy. Hi, Saucy.
Good morning, all.
Saucy back from vacation.
He looks completely refreshed.
Louis flying on planes and whatnot.
And not making a sound.
Like an absolute baller.
What a boy. You done things right.
Hi. How are you guys?
Good.
Wonderful.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Yeah. Hi, Hogs Daddy.
Hi, baby.
How is you?
You know, I'm horny.
Yeah.
Things don't change,
I'm
brother.
glad that didn't change. Yeah. I'm glad you're back to being horny.
So Big Lou did fine on the plane.
There's no Louis, only Steve.
He was beyond great. I couldn't believe it. He didn't cry once. He didn't really make much of a noise much. He was excellent the whole time, the way there and the way back. Didn't get fussy once.
Did you get fussy?
Hey,
no,
you know,
not really.
You know, listen, he likes what he likes.
No, I said fussy.
Fussy.
Oh.
He did have a blowout on the way home last night.
Oh, yeah.
So,
did you blame that on him?
No, it was all up his back, but my wife and I moved back to the bathroom.
And left him there?
We left him there, claimed him not as ours anymore. She changed him and all was well. But yeah, he was excellent.
Yeah, that up the back happens.
Yeah, it was a lot. And but yeah, he was wonderful. Even the lady that was sitting next to us was like, he's really well behaved. We're like, yeah. I don't get it, but yeah, he was
You talking about Louis or you?
No, Louis. I was also well behaved.
Good.
Yeah.
8 hours ago, you tweeted, "This is the worst loss in Wolves history. What an effing epic meltdown."
I stand by that. That was hideously bad. That's embarrassing. You were outscored 40-13 in the fourth quarter.
8 hours ago, you tweeted, "I hate Minnesota sports. They should all be canceled."
Well, the Twins got 3 hits last night. I stand by all that.
They're coming around, though.
Do you guys want to pay me now for that underbet?
Twins had 7 hits.
I'll pay you for underboob.
Oh. Well, either way. All right. You can pay me for that. How much?
Depends on how much underboob you show me.
All right.
8 hours ago, you tweeted, "The Wolves can eat S."
Yeah, stand by that. Yeah, they
Eat
can.
ass. Ooh.
S.
Grody.
Yep. 8 hours ago, you tweeted, "All-time loss. This is the last Wolves game I watched this season. The Twins are more entertaining. Good night."
Yeah, I stand by that. That's true. I'm not watching any more Wolves games. That's embarrassingly bad. I'm glad they lost. Now they're in 8th place. I'm going to win more money from you.
8 hours ago, you tweeted, "This will be a season-changing loss."
I mean, it probably is. They had an opportunity to get to like the 3rd or 4th seed. If they'd won last night, I think they would have been at the 4th seed with 3 games left. Now they're the 8th seed. And a must-win game on Thursday that I will not be watching.
8 hours ago, you tweeted, "I hope the Wolves lose."
I stand by that. I'm glad they did lose. They deserve that.
Who pooped up their back more yesterday?
Oh, the Wolves.
The Wolves. It's not even close.
That's hideous. They were cruising to victory.
Louis could have filled half the plane and it
Correct.
still would have been.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Glad to be back.
We couldn't do anything without you. We sat around here
I
like
doubt it.
we were reading Twitter. We were bored with it. There was no tweets to read on the air.
Nothing.
Yeah. I doubt it.
Yesterday we read recipes.
Oh, yeah? Which
the air.
ones?
You know, all of them.
Yeah.
We just kept reading them.
Well,
We talked. We at one point, Corey was reading the funeral schedules.
That is true.
well, that sounds like something he would do.
Going to the obits.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, it's plentiful this week.
I bet.
A lot of people.
A lot of people died.
But in
All in alphabetical order, by the way.
Wow.
Weirdly enough, how is that? How
I
does
like
that
order.
happen? I'd check for a serial killer. You know what I mean?
in the last 48 hours, too, not once has anyone mentioned Hawk's dad and his love for fecal pornography.
Which is refreshing.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
You know what's not refreshing? Fecal pornography.
Yeah.
Right. No one has asked
They're-
about his sister and her whereabouts or her dealings, professional dealings, of course, because she's a lady of the night.
Yeah,
no
she
one's
is.
mentioned that.
Well, that's good.
And I believe only Zach once maybe filled in for you and asked if Hawk would, but I think he was doing it sarcastically.
Oh.
So I don't even think that happened.
Well, sounds like you guys don't need me.
I mean, do you want?
I mean, no, it sounds like you don't. I'm fine with that.
You're fine with that.
That'd be odd.
I mean,
You want to? Don't you need it? I mean,
You don't want
I
this
don't
job?
think Kel would.
are you
no,
looking to
I
be
mean,
a
I need
professional hustler?
employment, but like, yeah.
You're looking to be a professional hustler?
No, I don't have the drive for that.
No.
You don't have to go anywhere, dude. You can do it at home.
No. You can?
You said you don't have to drive. I was
Oh.
playing words.
Oh, yeah. See, you guys don't need me.
No, you're right.
I wonder when you go on some of your like Twitter rampages, like when the Wolves are blowing a 24 fourth quarter lead, 24-point fourth quarter lead, including a 23-0 run.
Yeah.
I wonder if I just started reading fake tweets, if you would even know if you didn't do it.
I doubt it.
Like if I had just added one of those 7 or 8 that I just read, which were all actually from you, if I had just added one that was kind of in that same tone, I wonder if you would even know, if you would say, did I tweet that?
Yeah, 100%.
I wonder. Next time I'm going to
yeah.
try that.
Yeah.
See if I can sneak one in on you.
100% would have gone.
I'll stand by that.
Yeah, I stand by that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It sounds like something I'd tweet.
Right.
6 hours ago, Corey, you tweeted, "Show me them D's, lady,"
Wow.
and it was just a picture of
You tweeted that?
Ariel Flanagan.
Well,
Ariel Flanagan.
No, I retweeted a post from Tommy, but I didn't. But I didn't take the picture. It wasn't all about me. I didn't do it. Tommy posted the picture. I just said it was an astonishing run for the 3 of us. How did I make it about me?
4 hours ago,
Brilliant.
Corey, you posted Alex Ovechkin is average at best.
Oh, wow.
That's
Wow.
Yeah.
Fighting
In
words.
bed.
Interesting to see.
Then let me
in
finish
bed. In
the
bed.
tweet.
Yeah, let me finish,
There was a
man.
dot,
that's
dot,
true.
dot. I
That's
should have
true.
said dot, dot, dot.
I do like using those.
That big old Russian bear.
Yeah.
Banged
In
him?
such a hurry.
Brilliant.
Well, he is the greatest goal scorer of all time.
Yeah, he gets what he wants.
That's debatable.
He gets what he wants.
I don't think it is.
You've never seen Mike Pekka play on Wayne Gretzky hockey back in the day.
Oh, God, Wayne Gretzky.
3 hours ago,
No, but I played with him as my centerman.
I'm sure you did.
3 hours ago, Corey, you tweeted, "Look at my Pekka."
Yeah, you did.
No, it's Mike Pekka.
Oh, I can't read well.
And I sent a picture of Parrish's former teammate.
Yep.
And said, look at Mike Pekka. Man,
hence the reason he likes Michael.
yeah.
I don't.
He was on the old. He was on the Sabres.
Can't blame him.
He was on the Did you play with him on the Sabres, or what team did you play?
No, that was way too far. I played with him on the Islanders for 2 years. Yeah, we were a pretty darn good line actually with the lucky sevens we were called out there. Me, Sean Bates, and Michael Pekka. It's really easy to play with a guy like Pex. He covers everything. I mean, he's won a couple of Selke trophies for a reason. Just great guy. Loved him, teammate. He was about $160 soaking wet, but he could knock anyone out on a hit.
Sweet.
I like that.
He was tough.
Mike Pekka was 160?
Soaking wet.
That's a huge bitch.
That sounds right.
What was the highlight of your trip?
We went to Marco Island, which was sweet. I've never been to that. That was super fun.
Did you find him?
Yeah, we found him. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we kept yelling
was he
Marco.
in the pool?
Yeah, he was in the pool. Yeah.
What did you do when you went to Marco Island?
We went to this place called the Snook Inn, which was super good.
Are you sure it wasn't called the Snuck Inn?
Yeah, it may have been. And that was super fun. Great spot.
It was a restaurant?
Yeah, it was a restaurant right on the ocean. It was cool. It was
Right on the ocean.
It was nice. Nice spot.
Is that Toad the Wet Sprocket?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Man, they have some bangers.
Toad the Wet Sprocket. What a weird, dumb name
That is
for
a
a
weird
band.
name for a band.
It is.
Have you played with them, Hogs?
No. There's a rumor.
No, but Parrish played with him on the
Yeah,
Islanders.
he was a good centerman.
Played with everybody
Mike
on the
Pekka and
Islanders.
Toad.
We had within a year and a half or 2 years, we had almost 100 players at one point come through. That's how many young guys we were.
That seems like illegal.
Really, really bad.
Do you even learn their names?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, some of them, it's like, you're not going to be here.
You're really hoping to pick up on the nickname.
Yeah.
Well,
That's why you call everybody Steve, like this guy
correct.
over
Just
Hey,
call
buddy.
everybody
Steve.
Hey,
Hey,
bud, how
Steve.
you doing?
Hey, man. Hey, Steve.
Yeah, I had when I got traded to LA, went to a movie, and Nikki and I went to a movie, and I had a teammate there with his kids. Just us walking into the lobby.
Oh, no.
Yep, not a clue.
Again,
what
every
his name
couple
was.
needs a strategy.
Yeah, correct.
That was where I was like, that was when we had him. I'm like, Nikki, you got to help me out there.
Come on,
Yeah,
yeah.
good God.
I've
I obviously
always
didn't know
told
his
Angie
name.
exactly that if I don't introduce you immediately, that means you got to introduce
Yes.
yourself because
Yep.
I don't know
Yes.
who this person is.
Yeah, but that's because you forgot Angie's name.
That's the unwritten rule, though. If it's
yes.
if it's, hey, this is my whatever coworker Steve, then you're supposed to, or, I then that means I know who they are. Clearly, I just said their name. If I don't do that,
Yeah.
hi, I'm Angie. Great, thank you. Oh, that's Bill. Yeah, no, yeah, I work with Bill.
Oh, yeah.
And I can fill in the blanks.
You gotta have that.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that was
Gotta
the
be
tipping
done.
point.
Man.
That was literally the tipping point for us. That was like, all right. Exactly what you said.
The problem
Verbatim.
Because Sarah Jane does that for me. The problem is if she's done that 8 times to the same person,
Yeah. Then
people start to think she's crazy.
Yep. Yeah.
Why are you asking my name again? Are you okay?
Yeah, are you all right?
Are you 10 Second Steve?
Yeah, 10 seconds, Steve.
No, that's him.
No.
It's 10 Second Steve?
10-second Tom.
Tom, that was
From
it. That makes
50 First
way more
Dates.
sense. Thank you. What
Yeah.
a great,
Oh, yeah. 10-second Tom.
what a great film.
Hi, I'm Tom. Yeah, I know.
I swear my wife's got to feel like I'm Tom every now and then.
Yeah.
Probably more than she
You mean in the
or
bedroom?
I cared.
Greasy.
Hey, Zacko!
I love 10-second jokes.
Do you? All right, ready? Start the timer.
Zachary, I thought of you because somebody went semi-viral yesterday when we were talking about the dire wolves coming back, right? That science brought the dire wolf back. somebody on Twitter posted, if we can bring back the goddamn dire wolves, how come we can't bring back Norm McDonald?
You know, the funny thing is,
went viral.
We were talking yesterday. We were talking about people to bring him back, and I almost said his name.
Yeah,
I was like, if we're gonna bring anybody back, we start with Norm.
George Carlin.
And Carlin.
Carlin.
Let's bring both of those guys back.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But nope, not
Einstein?
getting. No.
What do we need him for?
Not Stephen Hawking?
No.
That would be cruel.
No.
Oh, my.
Wow. He's not wrong.
Da Vinci'd be pretty cool, though.
No, let's just bring back the dire wolf again. Then let's bring back the mammoth, the dodo, the Tasmanian tiger, all these animals he's working on.
For the mammoth. Let's go.
Exactly. I was on an island yesterday, not Epstein Island. I was just on a...
Oh, my God.
Well, Stephen Hawking wasn't he?
Allegedly.
You said Hawking, by the way, not hockey.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I was the only one in the room yesterday that was excited about the dire wolf coming back. All you guys are like Jurassic Park in it going, should we do this? Yes!
Did you not hear about their piss?
You did ask about the zombie piss. Yes, you did.
I'm afraid it's going to turn people into zombies. Yeah.
Right.
Really?
That's an unfounded fear. Don't worry about it, baby.
Thank you.
All right. I'm worried about it.
I mean, look, if they start saying that dire wolf zombie piss basically is a thing, then I'll say you were right and I was wrong and we should be terrified.
Put 'em down.
Then put them down. But for now, it is adorable. They're having fun.
How about them getting a picture with George R.R. Martin and the dire wolf? That was pretty cool.
Oh,
Good
did
idea.
they really?
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
I didn't see that. That's
I saw it this
genius.
morning. Yeah, it's brilliant. Or Brill.
Brill, yes.
It's Brill.
Gene.
Back?
Oh, you talking like the youngsters now, Hawk?
Yeah, I have to. If I don't, Tommy doesn't know what I'm saying.
I try and talk to my daughter like that, and I can't stop making fun of myself.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Brill.
Brill.
Right.
You know what really pisses him off if you do it with a straight face? Like
he can't?
No, just like
Zach can't.
when the kids
I try.
like the little one will ask me something, I'll be like, no, I'm being serious, no cap.
Brilliant.
And the eye roll is just
Yeah.
man, they're like, how dare you even if you say anything about Riz or Sigma or no cap, who cares?
I honestly, I've heard those. I don't have a clue.
Yeah, just say them to Gianna or Turner without any smile on your face, and it'll just rip their souls out. That their lame old dad uses the word Sigma.
What?
They just butcher me because I don't know what these little everything's the three letters and all. Yeah, I got to constantly ask, like, Dad, how can you not know this?
Yep. And again, they don't understand that when they're our age, it's going to be the exact same thing for them. It's inevitable.
Speak like adults.
No, kids are dumb. And we all know that because we were them.
Amen.
Kids are dumb.
Some of us
we
still
were all
grow
dumb.
out of it.
More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this. Yes, the Wolves lost in horrific fashion. It was absolutely a disaster. We'll talk about that later. Carly in a little bit. And the golf bet at 8 o'clock. Masters Week. Love golf betting. It's the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
The Power Hour goes live at 8 a.m. It's powered by Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. You can watch it at KFAN.com/watch, and it's extra special today because we'll have the golf bet, so you'll be able to see a bunch of faces and stuff. And
basically the entire show.
The sexiest people you've ever seen in your life.
Sources saying Mark Rosen going to be in studio.
In studio.
Kevin Gorg in studio.
When?
Today.
Yeah.
What?
We got to make sure
Well,
it's...
I gotta take back a lot of things I said.
And you got to put your hot dress on that you normally wear when he shows up. Do you still have that?
No, you know what? I know. Not stain. That's so gross. I had to use it because my... All right, here's what happened. My gutters were so clogged.
Yeah.
With dresses.
Yeah. Well, you know what you do?
What?
Get Gutter Helmet, gutterhelmetmn.com, and you never have to worry about that.
That's a great idea.
Never clean your gutters again with Gutter Helmet.
Fantastic point. If you're out there and you're up on the roof and you're just taking off dresses and then they kind of like roll down your roof and they go into your gutters.
Yeah.
And they clog your gutters and you're like, son of a bitch. Every time I take off a dress.
Seems specific. That happens all the time.
Yeah.
My gutters.
Every time.
If you're a person in the Twin Cities that can relate to the story I just said, gutter helmet is the way to go.
Yes.
Man, so that's the gutter helmet thing. We have to do this as well, ladies and gentlemen. It is iHeartRadio Week on the Wheel of Fortune. It's iHeartRadio Week on Wheel of Fortune. Here's your highlight for the day.
I'll buy a vowel.
Okay.
A.
And that was your Wheel of Fortune.
Wow.
iHeartRadio Week
go,
on
man.
Wheel of Fortune. Oh, what a big week.
Anybody from the station on it?
No. I love Wheel of Fortune. Love it.
Yeah, you've been talking about it for years.
I wish I could make content for this company regarding iHeartRadio Week.
If only.
Yeah.
Did you not hear the highlight?
Yep.
That was great.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to buy an A.
I'm sorry,
Amen,
Cor.
brother.
I know we should have talked about this off the air before, but I feel like, now is the perfect time to announce it, right?
Oh, no.
Next week, the initials game, it's iHeartRadio Week.
Oh, my gosh.
It is.
Yes.
Is it really?
Yep. All week on the Power Trip Morning Show, I'm going to mention initials and iHeartRadio. Monday through Friday, Chad. Monday through Friday.
Wow.
Promoting iHeartRadio Week on the initials game. So every segment next week, I'll mention both. All of them.
Is the winner on Friday going to win a trip to...
No.
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 The most anticipated event
No.
of the holiday season?
No.
Which is?
Jingle Ball, of course.
Oh. I don't think we have
What do you
that
mean,
anymore.
what event? Of
We don't
course
have
it's
that
Jingle
anymore.
Ball. Oh, no, we do.
We do? It's back?
It's the most anticipated event of the season.
Yeah.
Oh.
We don't have
on,
it
Sauce.
here.
You've missed
Where
a
you
lot.
been?
Yeah.
I think, though they have one in Indianapolis, but
Santa
not
said
here.
Christmas ain't blank.
Yeah, Santa, that's a
what he
direct
said.
quote,
Yeah,
right?
he said it's all
Yeah.
about the iHeart Jingle Ball.
Yep.
I do love Wheel.
I know you do.
I really
Yeah.
do.
Apparently, did Ryan go down face first yesterday?
I mean,
That's what I heard.
It's about time.
Actually, I heard
Was
that it
he
looked like he
playing-
maybe did it on purpose. So I heard, but
He's really silly.
Yeah.
I love the silliness, right? Embrace
Yeah,
the silliness.
same.
Good for
Love
him.
it.
Yep.
What a wacky bit.
Yeah. The
man,
best
I
kind.
love wacky as well.
Yeah. Wow. No. What?
tobacco.
Again, he's fine. He's a fine host. He's no Sajak, but he's fine. Ryan's good.
Yeah, he does all right.
I'm glad iHeart supports him, though.
Yes.
He needs the support.
He needs all the support.
We didn't
he's doing
support
fine.
him enough the week he debuted.
No.
We really should have.
Finally, somebody said it.
I forgot. We got an email about that.
We did?
Yeah, to support.
Oh,
Ryan
just I thought you meant
Seacrest.
it.
But usually when we get an
Just say,
email from
"What'd
those
you do?"
people, it's not a good thing.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Usually when we get an
Yeah,
email
it's
from those
usually-
people, it's
It was just an FYI.
Yeah.
it was,
How come we don't get an email saying support Ken Jennings more? Just because he doesn't
Yeah.
have a radio
I
show?
thought you were going to say ganja.
Yeah, so did I. So did I.
Support ganja.
I think this show
Yeah, we support ganja.
supports and promotes
Think
it
that's-
pretty
I
solidly.
think that's
Yeah.
covered.
pretty
Yeah.
pro ganja here. At
Pretty
the
pro
Power Trip.
ganja.
We are very pro ganja.
I would say we're amateur ganja. I mean,
All
okay,
of us?
never mind. A couple of pros over there.
Yeah.
Been around the block.
Man, Ken Jennings is
Same.
so good. Dude's a machine.
Yeah, you love him.
I just think he's so good. I just think it's so cool that a guy who was on the show.
Yeah.
It would be like Kelly Clarkson being the host of American Idol, right? You go on
Yeah.
the show, you try to win it, you break a bunch of records, and then they realize, oh, you're actually just good at this. Why don't you just take the microphone? Because the other guy's dead.
Yeah.
Zach, your hands up.
Well, Kelly Clarkson doesn't host American Idol. You know who does?
Ryan Seacrest.
And Bobby Bones.
Very true. We should
And
support
we
him
really
as well.
need to support Bobby.
Yeah, they need the help.
I don't know if he still does. I think
And
he's
support
pro.
Bones. Am I
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, support Bones,
Who the
man.
hell's gonna
Yeah,
who's
be
gonna
like vitamin C.
who's gonna host Survivor when Probst is done? There's a handful of shows here
John
that are just
Kreisel?
Yeah,
well,
Kreisel.
Priest
could.
would be amazing.
He's a survivor.
Yeah, he is.
That show's gonna feel super different without him.
Yeah.
He cost us $1 million, by the way, Bobby did.
What'd he do?
In 2014, he was ranting about a EAS test, emergency alert system test, and he played some on the air, which is kind of like
You learn that day one
Like
you're
day
not supposed
one.
to do that.
That wasn't a bit.
and he triggered the EAS went nationwide through multiple affiliates, and the FCC fined iHeartMedia $1 million.
That wasn't a bit.
Ouch.
That sounds like a bit.
No.
Oh, well, that's wacky.
Did he do a bit where he got fake suspended?
Not yet.
Man, we're doing a lot of inside jokes this morning.
They're not funny, though.
No. They're just inside references.
Yeah.
Right, jokes is a little loose with the language.
Yeah, jokes is a loose term, yeah.
I can't stop singing that stupid-ass Pink Pony Club song because my girls keep listening to it. Zach, your hands up.
He's not a host on American Idol. He's the full-time mentor.
What now?
Who is?
What?
Bobby Bones is
a mentor?
Full-time mentor.
For what?
What?
You mean he's got like a man top half and a horse bottom half?
Oh, no.
That's all the joke I got for
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, well.
There you go. Anyway. Okay. Sports happened yesterday.
Unfortunately, man. Oof.
Now we have to report it.
Yeah, but that was rough.
Yeah, rough.
Really
Real
bad day.
hideous.
So the Twins should probably send the Timberwolves a thank you card.
Yes.
Because that was really bad on its own, right? But nobody's going to care because Wolves.
Front Page Sports is next. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Good morning, everybody. Look at Mark Parrish over there.
Hi.
Parrish and I were just breaking down that Wolves loss.
Yeah. You guys were devastated.
It was the triangle defense
Yeah.
that really gave them fits.
Yeah, they should have gone to the diamond.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I agree with you.
Maybe
Should
the
we let the
hexagon.
amateurs talk about it?
Yeah, let's hear what they have to say.
Sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Holiday Station Stores. Buy 3 monsters for just $7. That's exactly what I did yesterday. The old Holiday. Where was that? I guess off of Lexington, I guess, technically. On 35 Dubs.
What is it?
Got this blue one here, see?
Ooh, I like
the old blue Hawaiian. But you can get any flavors you want. Mix and match any monsters you want. 3 for $7 at Holiday. Thanks, Holiday.
What?
If you were like, I'm tired, this game's over. The Wolves are up 24 and it's the fourth quarter.
Tired.
Nice win for the Wolves. Let's go to bed.
Yeah.
This was the classic, what did I miss? Because you missed everything, and so did the Wolves in the fourth quarter. They got outscored 40-13 in the fourth. They had a 24-point lead, but a 23-0 run by Milwaukee got them back in the game, and eventually the Bucks won 110-103. That is the biggest comeback for the Bucks since at least 96-97, because that's when the NBA started tracking that data. So maybe even, might be 40 years, 50 years, who knows? But at least since 1996. And the Bucks had lost 276 consecutive games in the regular season or in the playoffs when they were down 20 or more in the fourth. 276 consecutive games until last night. What's even worse is Memphis won, the Clippers won, and the Warriors won.
Of course they all did.
So the Wolves fall all the way to 8th in the West, 1 game behind the Clippers, the Warriors, the Grizzlies, and the Denver Nuggets, which are making a whole bunch of news as well. But the Wolves in 8th place, now a gigantic game. It was going to be big either way, but now at Memphis Thursday at 8:30. Then they have Brooklyn at home on Friday and Utah at home on Sunday. Just a disastrous loss when it comes to the standings. Again, no matter what, we're all locked into those top 8. We're going to be in the playoffs or the play-in. But man, you had a shot at like the 4-ish seed, and now you're going to need a miracle to get anywhere near that. But now you have to just find a way to thread the needle and get in that top 6.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, you got to win out, basically.
You could have got all the way to 3 even.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many games we got left?
4. 3.
3, yeah.
Was 4 until last night. But you have the Lakers a game ahead of the Clippers, Nuggets, Warriors, and Grizzlies. And the Lakers are 2 games ahead of the Wolves. That's 3 through 8.
Yep. That would have been big, man. And you just kicked it away. You couldn't get a basket. You couldn't get any rhythm going, and they just ran downhill at you for about 8 minutes.
4 shots.
4 shots.
They made 4 shots.
Hideous.
In 12 minutes.
Hideous.
Terrible.
In the final quarter. Anthony Edwards, nowhere to be found.
No, he kept throwing the ball away. It was not good.
Listen to this. Here's Al Horton.
This zone defense for Milwaukee is just flummoxing the Wolves, and Dante tries to feed in the high post. It's picked off. Another turnover. Bucks have it. Kevin Porter Jr. a lob inside. Giannis throws it down on the dunk, and the Wolves will call a timeout. 34-3 is the run over the last 8+ minutes. I don't know if I've ever seen a run like this before.
34-3. My God.
Yikes.
Hideous.
They just needed more time.
Yeah.
They needed less time.
Yeah. They needed it to end in the third quarter.
Real quick.
Yeah, play one fewer quarter, and we're looking pretty good.
I think they thought it did end in the third quarter.
Maybe.
Yeah, the opposite of what Dutch needed.
Man. The Nuggets did fire head coach Michael Malone with just 3 games to go in their season.
That? I don't.
And they are not extending their GM Calvin Booth, so he's essentially gone as well.
They're 47 and they're
Daddy chill.
They got a better record than the Wolves.
Oh,
they sure do.
They paid attention to the Devils back. It was at 98 when they fired their coach with like 9 games left. Larry Robinson took over and they won the Stanley. And they, one of the greatest defensemen of all time, took over and they won the Stanley Cup. So maybe they saw that and said, "Hey, let's go for it."
That's the most likely scenario, is that they saw that.
Mm-hmm.
And
you're 100% correct.
3 games to go. 3 games to go in the regular season. This has to be the Joker just hates this guy.
Yeah, it has to be.
Even though he's always played for him, it's got to be, I don't want to play this season any longer. Because even if you're like, this guy's got to go at the end of the year, this ain't working anymore.
Yeah.
Firing a coach with 3 games to go in the regular season when you are all but assured to be in the playoffs, so you're going to have a playoff series, you just hate the guy. Or he did something nefarious.
Yeah. Or there is that. Yeah.
Tired of hearing the same thing. Like some of those big guys, they just get harped on for the same things. Not that it's necessarily wanted and the coaches aren't doing their job, but that's part of coaching. You're going to push buttons, and that's why you get hired to be fired at some point.
But that would be at the end of the year, right? If it's like this message is not working anymore.
Well, that's what I mean by really pushing buttons. And you guys are probably right, because it doesn't make sense. I think I just saw like they fired the GM or whatever, but still, you got 3 games left. It's kind of crazy. You're not seeing enough from the interim coach to all right, we're hiring you because you went 3-0.
Jeez.
Got to be unprecedented, right?
With 3 to go. A playoff team for sure,
and a general manager. Like
they fired the water boy.
Or they did something very nefarious behind the scenes.
Well, I love that word too.
It is really good.
It's a fun word.
That's a good word.
So now here's job security in the NBA. 4 of the last 6 coaches to win the NBA title are no longer with the team they won the title with.
How about that?
That was it was I don't know 2-3 years ago in the NHL that every person that was up for the Jack Adams the year before, including the one who won it, was fired like by halfway through the season the next year.
So if you're Chris Finch then and you're listening, I mean, don't win the title.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah.
If you want to keep your job.
Just lose in the Western Conference Finals.
Or just maybe he lost to the Bucks intentionally.
That's a good point.
He's thinking.
Yeah, he is. He's 2 steps ahead of us.
Maybe 3.
Yeah, he's playing chess. We're playing checkers.
Yeah, man.
I don't think I've played checkers since I was 9.
No.
When was the last time you guys played checkers?
You and I played on that boat. Remember? We played chess and then we played checkers.
We did play.
Remember that?
We played oversized checkers on the floor.
And I whooped
Dude,
that
good
ass.
memory.
Yeah, were you hammered?
Oh, it was one of my best days.
Yeah, he still remembers it. Obviously.
They had they had shuffleboard.
Yeah,
like not chest high table board, like old people push the broom shuffleboard.
Yeah, Hawk's favorite.
And then they had the giant oversized checkerboard on the deck of the cruise ship, and we did play checkers. Good memory.
Thank you. Yes, I'll never forget it.
Again, we did a show from a cruise ship, and that was like 20 years ago.
Yep.
I still don't understand how we had the technology to do it.
I don't.
But we did.
I don't think we were actually on the air.
Who cares? Yeah. It was fun as hell.
Yeah, it was great.
Fun as hell.
We should do it again.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, let's go down to Abbott's office after the show and say, hey, we're going to go on a cruise.
Does Alan Almas still do cruises around Minnetonka?
I don't know. Sauce is the Tonka
I think
kid.
so, yeah. I think
I'm pretty sure they're still there, yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Did you
sure
ever
have
do
to
that?
sign I don't think so.
That wasn't like a thing that you and Little Scene Bear did?
No.
You didn't?
We had our own boat. Scene Bear had his own boat.
Oh.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Everybody be cool.
We did that not too long ago out in Allen almost.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
I've heard it's fun.
Little dinner, yeah, it was nice.
Did you shoot some dice?
No, I did not.
Did you
smoot yourself?
Did you perform on the bar like Bryant McKinney?
I was looking for the pole, but yeah, I couldn't.
No, not that kind of
not that
performance.
kind.
No.
Weird.
The Royals.
Brilliant.
The Royals beat the Twins 2-1, and KC did that with only 3 hits, but they made them count. The Twins are now 3-8.
Come on, guys.
They're coming around.
Yeah, it's over.
I mean,
yeah.
Well,
what a disaster.
151 games
Nah,
to
it's
play
still
or so,
over.
whatever
It's
it
over.
is, 153.
It's over?
Yeah, it's over.
Boy, that's a quick season.
I mean, yeah.
Has that ever happened before? I mean, they fired this coach like before the season's over. Has that team ever just gave up? That'll do it.
Yeah.
No more. No, I
Yeah.
mean, like folded.
No, he means like physically just said, we quit.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
surrendered the rest of the season and just said, we're done. Is Rocco going to get fired?
No.
I mean, I'm not a guy that calls for firings anymore.
No.
I did that like 20 years ago.
I'm not either.
Now I don't
'cause
really
you yelled
care.
at me and you were right.
Yeah, I don't really
do that
care, right?
anymore.
And Rocco seems like a super good dude. I doubt it's his fault, but I mean, is he in trouble though here or what?
So I don't know because they collapsed down the stretch last year, but what's he supposed to do? They don't add anything to the team.
Yeah, he writes the lineup.
Right. They don't. He doesn't. They don't care to try. This is the same team except basically Harrison Bader, who they brought back. That's the only difference. And this is what you get.
Yeah,
it's not his fault.
And 99% of the decisions he makes are made by the analytics nowadays.
Right.
So, yeah.
Rocco's a good manager.
Seems like a great dude.
Yeah, he just isn't given the ingredients to,
By the way, don't the Twins only have 2? They have 3 wins, and 2 of them are against the 2-8 White Sox.
Correct.
Who are almost as good as we are.
They've lost 6 straight. It's over.
It ain't over.
It's close.
Okay. That was your
It
sports
should
update.
be over, though.
Yeah.
That's how this works. When you have a team that collapsed like they did last year,
Doesn't do
and
anything
you
to make
don't
it better.
add anything, you get
Correct.
rid of your best guy
Yeah.
in
Kepler.
Kepler.
Relax. Who's he played for now?
Philadelphia.
That was quick.
Yeah, they like him out there.
Yeah.
On the message boards?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he's drawing attention.
He's
7-3 in the year, by the way, out there now. Things are going good. Go
It's all
Phillies. Go Phillies.
Yeah.
Missing ingredient.
What really matters is next. We'll do scores and stats, and Chris will tell you something else about your life.
Can't wait.
It's good
That'll
stuff.
make it better.
You just wait, man. You guys are going to have your minds blown.
That would be great.
And
Are you guys ready for this?
I don't know.
Are you ready for this?
How would we know?
By the way, Godsmack called. They want their intro back.
I love Godsmack. I wish they would call. It's a great song. That is a great song.
Terrible.
That's a great song.
They're great.
That's their worst song.
They're very good. Sonny.
See, I
love
used to
you.
feel that way. I like it now. I don't know what happened.
All right, here we go.
Go ahead, baby.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what, dude? Go.
Almost.
Are you going or not
Are you
going?
ready?
It doesn't feel like he's going. Are you going?
I'm going. Here we go.
Here you go.
It's iHeartRadio Week only on Wheel of Fortune.
Yes!
Tonight, you at home have the chance to win an exclusive
How does this happen? How are we knowing
VIP
about this?
experience at our very own
What?
iHeartRadio Theater in Los Angeles.
iHeartRadio Week on Wheel of Fortune. Here's your highlight for the day.
I'll buy a vowel.
Okay.
A.
And that was your Wheel of Fortune. Yeah! Yeah!
Whew. You were saying?
Watch Wheel of Fortune tonight on Channel 4.
What do I do now?
Yeah, now what do we do?
It's 6:23 in the morning.
Yeah. Do I kiss somebody?
It doesn't say on the copy here, but
Sauce,
if you
you
want
kiss
to.
him? Yes,
Sauce,
sir.
you don't watch Wheel as religiously as Creasel and myself
Yeah,
do.
I do not.
But you
No,
watch it.
nobody
You've seen
does.
it.
They like candles and
But
stuff.
you've seen it, right?
Yeah, of course.
What are just since it is iHeartRadio week?
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite letters to have the contestants guess? Just
P?
name some of your favorite letters. Like, what do you think?
T?
Damn it.
Oh yeah, good one.
Take this seriously.
What else?
A? That's a vowel. But
Yeah,
I
but you
like
could
when they
pay
buy a
for
vowel.
it.
Yeah.
TNA.
S?
Oh
V?
yeah. Oh V?
Yeah.
We all
Really?
love
You
the
like
V.
when they guess
Yeah.
V?
Yeah, I'm just doing this for my Hogs daddy.
Weird. No
He
wonder you
loves
don't watch
buying
it
the
very
V.
often.
B.
Yeah.
V.
Okay. Any others?
Wasn't V
M?
one of the friends?
Sure.
Yeah. G?
Yeah.
L?
Yep. That's another one. You could guess L.
X?
Oh, come on.
Dude.
Well, I mean, you could,
What are you
but
doing?
I'm not taking it. Y?
Because we like
Because we're trying to.
Mickey Mouse Club.
Y?
Yeah.
You already said that.
I thought you were going to say 5.
W?
Yeah, that's another letter. Sure. You got about half of them so far.
Q?
That's one.
Can we stop?
Yes.
That would be a fun game, though. Like, how many letters could you guess without repeating?
I can do all 26.
yeah, I'm pretty confident I can do them all. I was going to say, Zach.
G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Z Y.
Oh,
Got it.
Even mixed it up.
You said I didn't.
H-E-W-K!
I couldn't do it in order.
You got 26.
All 26.
Please stop.
Let's do what really matters. Scores and stats around the world of sports in between. Chris will change your life with something else.
Thank you, Carbonis.
Thanks, Carbonis.
Carbonis is my jam.
Yeah.
We should get like an official open for Carbonis and what really matters. I'll just make Zach do that. That's for Zach. You can do that, Zach. If not, we'll move on. But Catalyst and CatalystSupplyCo.com bring you wild news. If you're a Twin Cities contractor, boost your build with Catalyst.
Oh, wow.
So the Sharks are at the Wild tonight at 7 o'clock. The Sharks are terrible.
Yes.
That's on the Fan here at 7 o'clock. The Flames are at the Ducks, who are also terrible.
Yep.
At 9 o'clock. The Wild are 4 points up on Calgary. The Wild have 4 games left. Calgary has 5 games left. So, Mark, it's very, very, very likely that the Wild are in the clear, but mathematically not over yet.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, we still got to win a couple games. Especially, you want to go into the playoffs feeling good too. So you want to, go in on as good of a feeling as you can get, which is also winning. So, yeah, the good opportunity tonight against San Jose. Get back on the win column. And just keep that distance. Obviously, you're looking at Vans, even though they had a spectacular comeback last night.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, great shows.
They're 6 points back. So that's going to be tough to come by. But Calgary with that one game in hand and the 4 points, that's where it gets a little scary. Hairy, I should say. Not scary. But again, the great thing is they've got their future in their own hands, right? Their destiny's in their own hands. That's all you can ask for. They've got 4 games left, and it's all about playing the best they can, finding that winning recipe that John Hines is trying to been put together, and maybe get a little healthy before playoffs.
What really matters, though, is this.
You got that right, brother.
Yeah, listen to the Hulkster.
Yeah.
It was on this date in 1965 that the Houston Astrodome opened with an exhibition game between the Astros and the Yankees. Mickey Mantle hit the stadium's very first home run.
That's cool.
The Astrodome was the very first fully enclosed sports stadium and first air-conditioned event venue of its size, seating over 70,000 fans, with enough space to include an indoor chapel and a bowling alley.
That's a huge bitch.
That was a huge bitch.
The chapel and bowling alley. That is interesting.
Corey likes to pray and bowl.
Yeah, I suppose.
I did bowl about a week ago. Bowling kicks ass. It's so much fun.
Love bowling.
Could you still be professional, Hawk?
I certainly could if I wanted to. I just don't want to.
Yeah. See,
Well, yeah,
I like your
I mean,
attitude, man.
Thanks. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't have to do it. I don't have to.
I don't have to.
I think it.
I bowled a 170, and the kiddo topped out at like 110, so I just kicked her ass.
Yeah.
She's terrible.
Harper would beat me in bowling, though. I'm
You know
not
what?
good at
Louis
it.
would beat you in bowling.
Yeah, that's true. He has larger hands than I do.
Also could chuck that ball down the lane a little faster than you, probably.
He'd turn around, he'd call you a bitch.
Yeah, probably.
Parrish, you mentioned the Vancouver Canucks. Now,
Yes.
we'll get to the Wolves and some other stuff in a second, but man, what a freak show last night. The Vancouver Canucks are on the brink of mathematical elimination, right? They need every point they can to even have a chance of getting a wild card in the West. They're also not mathematically out, but they're just dang close. But last night, they're in Dallas, down 5-2 with a minute to go.
In Dallas.
In
Dallas.
And score 3 goals in the final 60 seconds and then win in overtime 6-5.
I'm still kind of speechless about this one. I love it when my sport surprises me and shows me something I've never seen before. I have never seen that. It absolutely blew my mind. And again, it's in Dallas. This is a team that has Stanley Cup aspirations and could do it as well.
So they scored the first goal with a minute to go. Then 30 seconds later, scored the second. And then with 7 seconds left in the game, scored the tying goal. And then won it 3 minutes and 44 seconds into OT. Crazy comeback.
And the things that have to go right for you. I mean, you've got to win those faceoffs. You've got to get the puck back. I mean, you have to do it over and over. The other team knows exactly what you're doing at that point. And yeah, that's crazy.
And how about, Granlund for Dallas scores an empty netter with 2 minutes and 21 seconds to go. Right? If you're watching that game and you see an empty net goal with 2:21 left and you're like, it's 5-2.
Yeah.
That empty netter is the sealer. It's over.
Yeah.
3 goals in a minute and they lose in overtime. Unbelievable. Go ahead.
We were in Buffalo my rookie year, second year. I was actually playing for Florida at the time. And Brett Hedeken scored the empty netter, and it was less than a minute left to go up 2. So I went down to hang out with my buddy and congratulate him with a goal and just hanging out with the defenseman. Then they scored 2 very, very fast. And I kind of slid back down to the forwards. And we lost in OT. And that was crushing. To add a third in there is just mind-blowing. Dallas has got to walk into the locker room just like, how did that happen? How could one of us not do something?
30 seconds apart, 23 seconds apart between 1-2 and 2-3. What really matters, though, is this.
You got that right, buddy.
Yeah, listen to the Hulkster.
It was on this date in 1865. The Civil War ended. Confederate General Robert E. Lee surrendered.
Quitter.
At Appomattox Courthouse.
He meets Austin. Yeah, that'll do.
Ulysses S. Grant, who later would become president for 3 terms. Last one to do that. Huh. Is that right?
FDR.
FDR was the last one to do that. That's right, yeah. Thank you. Didn't sound right when I said it.
Probably technically the last one to do 3 because I think FDR got to his 4th.
Ooh.
If I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Huh.
I hope you're mistaken.
Yeah.
Why do you hope I'm mistaken?
I don't know. It'd be funnier.
He lives for people to make mistakes.
It's funnier when people
built a career out of it.
It works for on
it's
air.
his thing.
I didn't see the movie
It
either.
makes him horny.
That doesn't seem fair. Just say,
Well, you're mistaken.
Yeah. Oh.
That'd be a good drag queen name. Mistaken.
Mistaken.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's been taken.
I have a special set of skills.
Yeah. What is that?
There's a movie line.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's Liam Neeson.
Great film.
He's in the film.
Oh, those are great.
He's in the film Taken.
Yeah, great films. Oh, I get it now.
It was like a 7-second delay.
Yeah, I'm not bright. Not at all.
Well, you know what? Your dad always says everything's potentially a dildo.
Yeah.
My dad? My 75-year-old father says that?
He says it all the time.
To who?
Mostly people at church.
Bless you.
You go to church with my dad?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's kind of you.
Yeah.
You're a good lover.
We have to go in there and beg forgiveness.
Because of the filth you do.
Yeah.
The Timberwolves blew a 24-point fourth quarter lead. They lost 110-103 to the Drunken Scotties of Milwaukee. A 23-0 run by the Bucks. Got them back in the game. The fourth quarter went 40-13 in favor of Milwaukee. A disastrous loss for the Timberwolves, 110-103. What really matters, though, is this.
That's all you're going to say about it? I mean, it seems like a big deal, and that's all you're going to give them.
Yep.
Right, that's cool.
Yep.
It's fine with me.
Hideous.
I was on this date, I should say. In what year, Corey, do you think that Parks and Rec premiered on NBC?
Ooh. I'm going to say, let's see, Office was like 05, and Parks and Rec was a handful of years later. I'm going to say something like 2010-ish?
Is he right?
I'm going to say yes.
He is not. 2009.
9.
Almost, you nailed it. It ran for how many seasons?
7?
That would have been my guess.
You would have been right. Well done. 7.
Great show.
Thank you.
Yes.
No, we almost had Sean Ralphio on this show, but he didn't land in Minneapolis in time.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Schwartz.
Yeah.
At some point, hopefully we will. It's one of my favorite characters in the history of TV.
We almost
He
had
is a riot.
Amy Poehler on this show, but we forgot to call her.
Yeah, and she didn't want to.
And it wasn't ever scheduled.
No,
Yeah.
and we didn't ask.
Yeah.
Oh.
But we were close, though.
Well, that's good.
Well, I mean, technically, we were just an ask and an acceptance away.
That's it.
That's all it takes.
All right, so the terrible story, you guys probably saw this, but the nightclub collapsed. The roof of a nightclub in the Dominican Republic collapsed early Tuesday morning, killed at least 58 people. One of them, former MLB pitcher Octavio Dotel, and former twin Nelson Cruz's sister died in that collapse as well.
Jeez.
58 people. It says at least 58 because there's 150 more that are injured. So who knows if some of those are life-threatening or not. Probably some of them are, but at least 58 dead, including Octavio Dotel.
Yeah.
Cool name. I definitely remember that name just because it's so unique. And then Nelsie Cruz, again, the sister of Nelson Cruz, also dead.
Hideous.
My goodness, man.
Hideous.
Tragic.
Yep. What really matters is that, by the way, Octavio Dotel was 51, pitched from 1999 through 2013. Anyway, that sucks. That's really bad. What really matters, though, is that and this.
Yeah. Today's the birthday of Isaac Hempstead Wright, also known as Bran Stark. Bran the Broken.
Yeah.
The kid who saw one of the sexiest things I've ever seen.
I mean, it's an interesting way of wording incest, but whatever.
No.
I wasn't talking about that.
Well, what did he see that was so sexy then? That was about
But like
it.
a lot of things, he was a crow.
Oh, well.
He flew around and saw some sexy things.
Yeah.
And you thought I was talking about incest, you sick bastard.
I mean, he's not wrong. You are sick.
How about
You sick bastard.
how about Before Thrones was an international phenomenon? How about the showrunners going to HBO and saying, all right, here's where we want to start this story. Here's the point in the book where we want to start.
Yep.
All right, so what's episode 1? Well, at the end of episode 1, we're going to have a brother and sister get it on, and this kid is like looking through the window. So we're going to have the brother who just hooked up with his sister push the kid out the window and try to kill him.
Yep.
And this show is going to be popular widely.
Yes, massively.
One heck of a pilot.
So we're going to start with incest and attempted child murder. Yeah, that's episode 1. All right, let's see what happens. And then
Give it a whirl.
And little did we know that was about as tame as it was going to get.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, one of the all-timers.
What? Oh, relax, buddy.
Such a fun show.
Yes.
It was.
Loved it.
Awesome.
Loved
House of the
every minute.
And House of the Dragon's awesome.
Yep.
We haven't
Awesome.
finished that. We kind of fell off of it,
man.
unfortunately.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta get back on that.
Yeah. Jump on Vagar. Go burn some people.
Yeah, burn them all.
Burn them
It
all.
would be pretty darn cool.
Dragons
to
are
have a
cool.
Dragon.
Yeah, especially a huge
of course
bitch
it
like
would.
that.
I'd love a dragon in my backyard. I'd leave that front door wide open.
There's a company in Dallas making them.
Yeah, they brought back the dire wolves. Let's get
Let's
the
go.
dragons
Yeah.
back. Zach, could you Google how many thousands of years dragons have been extinct?
No, wait a minute. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
If they could do that with a direwolf, could they do it with a dinosaur? Just like they did on...
Theoretically, you'd kind of think so. I don't know. I'm not that smart. I'm a hockey player. What are you asking me for?
I don't know if they if 65 million year old DNA is
expired.
usable. Yeah, I don't know if it just
Yeah,
like
it makes
decays to the
sense.
point where you can't do anything with it. I don't know how that works.
This stuff's expired.
Yeah, gross.
Like, what's the
Expires,
shelf life on a
expired.
stegosaurus? Oh, man.
It says dragons have been extinct since 153 AD.
Nailed it, yes.
So around
Okay.
the pyramids.
Yeah.
So right around the time the pyramids were built.
Yeah.
It was like thousands of years after.
I wonder if the
What?
Egyptians built the pyramids to protect themselves from dragon fire.
That's a very good point.
Ask PA when he gets here at 9. More of what really matters after this Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Fan.
Get ready for a night of a high energy, high octane country rock. Brantley Gilbert is bringing his electrifying show to the Ledge Amphitheater on Friday, May 9th. Don't miss out on the action. Get the full details and get your tickets now at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
Brantley's good. I saw him live.
He opened for Nickelback.
Yes, he did. He's also allergic to alcohol.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Here we are, Power Trip Morning Show. Saucy and Corey over there. Saucy's back from vacation.
Hi.
Zacho and Parrish and cast of thousands. Here we are. We're right in the middle of a bit we call What Really Matters, where I give you nonsense and Corey gives you more.
Well, my stuff is the sports stuff, and it's kind of boring. By the way, just a clarification, because we did just see it. It is official that the 3-goal comeback by Vancouver in the final minute is the first time in NHL history that a team has come back from 3 down with 1 minute to go and win.
Wow.
I knew I'd never seen it before.
First time in the history of the NHL. They were
Nobody's
down
ever seen it
5-2
Unbelievable.
with a minute to go and still won.
And it's mind-blowing. And Dallas clearly just had shut down. The game's over, and it's hard to flip that switch back on. But my God, was that some terrible defense.
2 things. We just said this during the break when we were watching the highlights. Number 1, can you imagine if you had significant money on the Dallas Stars and that's the way you lost, 3 months mortgage? That breaks my heart. That's if somebody, everybody every poker player has one really bad beat story. I assume every sports gambler has one that changed their life, right? That's got to be somebody's rock bottom where they just had Vancouver ruin their life.
Yeah.
That's number 1. And number 2, as we saw the Wolves absolutely collapse last night and blow a 24-point lead. We'll talk about that in a second. I'm a little surprised, even though Vancouver is technically still chasing the Wild. Doesn't this feel like a comeback that is supposed to haunt Minnesota sports?
Yes.
Like I'm surprised that wasn't the Flames that did it instead of the Vancouver Canucks.
It does feel like that. We've suffered through some extremely tough losses.
Yep. Oh, man. Anyway. Shout out to all those people that had Dallas in the money line. What really matters, though, is Zachary.
I was just going to say, it could theoretically come back to hunt if the Canucks do go on a run and they do beat the Wild this weekend. And so it could very well.
It could.
It's very unlikely, but with still was a 5-2 comeback.
I was going to say with 6 points in that many games, that means we got to collapse too.
Yeah. What really matters, though, is this.
A lottery ticket worth more than $125,000 was sold this past week in South St. Paul. The lucky winner played Minnesota Lottery's crossword progressive print and play ticket, an instant win ticket printed directly from the lottery terminal.
Oh.
The winner bought a $5 ticket, winning 100% of the jackpot pool.
Sweet.
It was bought at the Speedway on Concord Street. The winner claimed the prize anonymously on Monday from the Minnesota Lottery headquarters in Roseville. Chances of winning the jackpot are 1 in 240,000. I like those odds.
Yeah, not bad.
Not too shabby.
Bad.
Not shabby at all.
Man. What's the big house in Michigan hold? Like 110?
It's probably prisoner-wise, you mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's like
110, something like that.
All right, so essentially, if you had 2 Michigan stadiums full, and they just said, hey, one of you is going to win $125,000. That's about the odds of you winning.
Yeah.
I like my chances.
Somebody in that stadium has to win.
Somebody's going to do it. Why not you?
Why not me?
When the stadiums do the what are those called, Zachary? The 50-50 bits or whatever?
Yeah, 50-50 raffle.
Yeah, the raffle, the 50-50 raffle, and some of it goes to charity, the rest of it goes to the prize pool.
50% of it. Usually.
50% of it, yeah, 50-50. I'm always looking around going, man, there's so many people here. I'm not going to win this.
Yeah, why
and
would
you know
I
what I
buy
do?
that?
I buy the tickets anyway.
Yeah, because you like the rush.
I got to get in there. You got to have it. You can't win if you don't have a ticket.
You like the rush.
The Masters starts tomorrow. We're going to bet on it at 8 o'clock.
Let's go.
Practice rounds abound. I did see Scotty Scheffler's little Champions dinner menu.
Yep.
I said to you guys off the air, like, mine would be like, Cane's chicken fingers, Red Lobster, Cheddar Bay biscuits, Annie Ann's pretzels, State Fair cheese curds. I think they would take my green jacket back.
Yeah, they wouldn't invite you next year.
Well, they'd have to get a bigger one for you.
Or they would probably argue that I need a kid size and a kid's menu, but I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
How do these sons of bitches skip the ball across the water like that? I'm watching the replays right now on SportsCenter, like Morikawa trying to do that bit where they skim it like a rock across the pond to try to get it up on the green. How do they do that?
I don't know. It's all the skill they have.
It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. I enjoy that when they're just messing around.
It just doesn't seem possible.
No,
but
mine's hitting that water and it instantly dives straight to the bottom.
It's like the line: if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I guess if you can skip a rock, you can skip a ball. But how do you get the club to make the ball just basically just zip right across the pond? At ground level. Anyway, pretty cool. What really matters though is this:
they're still not 100% sure where the phrase "going to hell in a handbasket" comes from.
I love that phrase.
But they think it might come from the wicker basket placed beneath the guillotine to catch the head.
Ooh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
That makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, that's tough.
Hell in a handbasket. That makes a ton of sense.
It really does.
Yeah.
How can there even be another theory? That makes too much sense.
Because there's a reason you're getting your head chopped off.
Right, you probably did something terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're going to hell in a handbasket.
That's what they think it might be.
That makes
it do.
Checks out.
It do.
Yeah, end of mystery.
Okay.
Right? I think you just solved
Case closed.
Case closed.
Well, thank you.
Man, that is bizarre.
Yeah, it's pretty proto.
Let's see here. Do we keep hammering this? I guess we should. If you're just waking up, I keep thinking of the people that went to bed super happy that the Wolves just kicked the hell out of the Bucks, and then are waking up going, "What?"
Right. I was thinking about the people in Dallas watching those highlights.
There
was a lot of empty seats, and that was because they thought the game was over.
Right.
Minute left, they left.
The Wolves did lose to the Bucks last night, 110-103, and this is not April Fool's 8 days later. They blew a 24-point fourth quarter lead.
Hideous.
How many 23-0 runs in the history of the Timberwolves have they given up? And again, this team has been
all of them
mostly terrible, right, for their existence, right? They had a nice little run with KG, and now we're obviously back being relevant. But for most of our existence, we've been terrible. But I would think even terrible teams, teams
do something,
right? Get a free throw or two and don't get a 23-0 run.
Yeah,
I wonder if I wish we could back to the Chat GPT conversation from yesterday, Zachary. I wish it was accurate enough to ask it and say how many 23-0 runs in the history of the Wolves have there been. It's got to be maybe 3 or 4 ever, right? And that might be pushing it.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to go 23 straight?
Yeah, it's especially in the NBA. I mean, college is a bit different because sometimes the athletic ability and talent wise is different, but they were just running downhill at the Wolves, and the Wolves could do nothing about it.
Man. What really matters, though, is this.
The word is sternutation. 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 Is it an icicle, an outlier in a data set, a sneeze, or a facsimile?
The second one.
Yeah, I like the outlier in a data set.
Same.
That sounds right.
Incorrect.
Dang it.
It is, in fact, a sneeze.
Oh.
A sternutation is a sneeze.
Okay. Well, what's the right term for an outlier in a data set? Because I like that. It's just an anomaly or something, but still.
I like that.
I like that phrasing.
Yeah.
Sternutation has origins in the Latin verb sternure, which is to sneeze, as you guys well know.
Of course, yes. Everybody, I should have known that.
Yeah.
That's pretty commonly known.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Everybody read the book.
Obviously.
Yeah.
The word is argot. A-R-G-O-T. A-R-G-O-T. Is it jargon or slang? A snail's shell? Work ethic? Or a hot air balloon? Argot.
B.
You're going with the snail's
shell.
shell? Well, I've never heard Chad Abbott say that meat sauce has great argot.
Yeah.
So it can't be work ethic.
Well, I'm thinking I've had escargot, and so I think sauce is right with the snail.
Look at you guys.
Look at you.
Yeah, let's go with if you've ever played Balderdash.
No.
Part of the game.
It's fun.
Part of the game though is not just trying to figure out what the right answer is, but it's deciphering what the fake answers are and then process of elimination. I think snail feels like the one. If snail feels like an outlier in a data set here to me. You know?
Let's figure it out. The word is argot. Incorrect.
We're good at this.
It is jargon or slang.
Yeah.
Oh.
My mom's making fun of us right now.
Well.
Yeah, just because of the way
Master's an English teacher.
Oh.
Sauce, without looking.
Yes.
Who has the best record in Major League Baseball?
I would
guess.
As
of April 9th, 2025.
Well, I think it's either the Padres. The Dodgers were 9-0 and they've lost 3 straight. I'll go the Padres.
Dodgers have lost 3 straight. They are 9-4. But the Padres are 9-3. They have the best record in Major League Baseball.
Shoot.
My squad.
San Diego
The
Padres.
dads.
Yeah, good for them. What are the Twins?
Only 3
Baseball
teams have a worse record than the Minnesota Twins. Name the 3 teams lower than the Minnesota Twins in the
White
standings.
Sox?
The White Sox are 2-8.
Miami?
No, they're 5-6. One team started like 0-7. I think we even talked about it on this show. Seattle's 4-8. Colorado and Atlanta.
I knew it.
Oh, yeah,
See, I
Atlanta,
can't believe you didn't know
Atlanta's-
that, and why you were saying wrong team names pissed me off.
Yep.
Yeah, I do that.
Colorado, Chicago, and the Braves are all 2-8. What really matters, though, is this.
Is that right?
Yep.
All-time bid.
When pirate Richard Worley, Captain Worley, captured his second ship while on his ship, New York's Revenge, he named that second ship that he captured New York's Revenge's Revenge.
Come on.
What? How creative.
He wasn't. That's a terrible name. But he's a hell of a pirate.
New York's Revenge.
Yeah.
He meat sauced it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody on the boat was like, hey, Captain, we got to come up with a better name. And then that guy was immediately killed.
Yeah.
Went to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, he was thrown overboard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He also has a worse record than the Twins.
So does Dave Matthews.
Oh.
Oh.
You got your heart.
See, there it is.
You
there he goes.
I
get it.
to me.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That was the actual song.
Yeah.
Now we're going to get fined.
Yeah.
In the 1904 Olympics in St. Louis, American gymnast George Iser, E-Y-S-E-R, nabbed 1 bronze, 2 silver, and 3 golds. The American gymnast George Iser competed with a wooden leg.
Whoa.
Really?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Used to be Member of Captain's boat, the New York Revenge.
Yeah.
And then he went right into gymnastics after that.
That's right.
Sure wasn't the Revenge?
You sure it's icer and then icer?
Good morning from the Power Trip.
Good morning.
And thank you for listening to The Fan.
You suck!
Oh.
I figured I'd play that because I knew people were turning the channel.
God dang, that's a lot of medals for a guy with
That's
wooden legs.
That's right, yeah, man.
That's sweet.
It's incredible.
Good for that guy.
Yeah, all of the events were in the rings and the pommel horse.
Yeah.
I don't think he did a
quoted-
floor exercise.
Yeah, the beam.
He was quoted that night after winning all those medals as saying, "Still not worth it." Still wish I had the other leg, is what he said. Everybody's like, come on, George.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
What are you doing?
Stay positive.
Sauce, you probably would have had a nickname for him if you went to high school with him. The gymnast who had a wooden leg.
Yeah, we would have called him Stumpy.
That's super offensive.
Oh, my God, did you just offend
Dude,
me?
that is super offensive. Honestly, should we dump
What
that?
are you
We
doing?
should dump that.
I'm just dumping
I'm
it.
gonna cut that
Why are
from
you
the
being
podcast.
like that?
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Dude.
Wooden leg? What else did you call it?
Like, I don't know, like Flippy or something?
Woody?
The guy's a gymnast. Why are you focused on his
know, like
disability?
Captain Hook,
What
maybe.
a prick.
God, they already have it on Bring Me the News.
Oh, no, it's Joe Nelson.
I don't know. He won like 5 medals. I'd call him like champ.
But you said
Not Stumpy. My God.
Don't repeat it, Corey.
Yeah, now you're getting fired.
God.
Man. Cheaper.
Wow, dude.
We just call him Dan, I guess.
There's no turning back.
There is
His
no
name was
only
George.
Steve is trying to crawl back in his mom right now.
And you know what the sad thing is? I just looked at George's middle name.
Yeah,
It's Louis.
I knew it. I knew it.
He
Well,
Dumpy.
Wow.
show's better without me.
Well, it's going to be now because now you're getting emails and letters. And that little twerp Abbott's going to call you into his office.
Wait,
Dude,
I'm going to get handwritten letters again about Shohei?
Wooden Legs of Woodbury was about to use you as an endorser.
Well, sorry. I stumped out.
Do you have ugly legs?
You said it, not me.
Your friends come over to your house and go, God, your legs are ugly.
Got wood?
Get new legs.
Meat sauce here.
Bye. The news is next. And what's your email address if people want to send you hate mail?
Paul Lambert 3 at iHeartMedia.
Awesome. And Chad Abbott's email is what?
Oh.
There was 2 other Paul Lamberts before you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like big shots. More of the Power Trip after this on The Fan.
The Fan.